Oh, God.
You're on mute.
He does this every time.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
I was watching the last episode and he did it. I was like, I was ready for it. I was just waiting.
I think I forget every time the video.
I thought he was doing karaoke.
Giving my best Scott Ingle over here on the night before Halloween. Sorry for that error. I've been kind of one of those days over here, but that's not stopping us. Just like the greatest flu game ever, Dirk Nowitzki, we're still powering through this, baby. Welcome to the Fantasy Sports Game Show, the game show about fantasy sports for fantasy sports people. That's you. We are the sports affiliation. You are the sports affiliation. All listeners are affiliates, and the affiliate with the most points, you get some stickers. You get a pack of Panini cards. Panini, I always say that wrong. Panini cards. So just put the comments in there. JC's the guy in the booth for us tonight. He'll get your comments loaded. We'll try to look on Twitter if you're on there. But if you're on Twitter, just hop over to the YouTube, subscribe for us, like it. And we got 3 wonderful guests. But before we get to them, you know what's up. The mystery question. I am 31-1 against the contestants. This one's pretty easy. I'll be a little disappointed if y'all don't get this. I think this is a lob myself, okay? So here it is. Without further ado, let's get started. Question timer starts 20 seconds as soon as I finish. This former Nebraska Cornhusker played for both the Lions and the Raiders. Time starting. I'll give you a hint. Remember, only one guess. He led the league in kickoff return yards his rookie year. He's a running back. He's still playing.
Cordell Patterson?
Oh, that's a great guess. You know, I think these two guys were actually teammates in Minnesota. JC might know who I'm talking about. Amir Abdullah, baby, and he's playing tonight.
You don't play here anymore.
Well, he plays in for the Raiders.
For a little bit. Yeah,
that's what I
he didn't really play.
Well, he got paid by the Minnesota Vikings, so if that's not playing, I will gladly come not play for the Vikings to get that NFL check. Trust me. But yeah, that was the answer. I mean, maybe that wasn't easy because of the hints, but you know, he is playing tonight. He is a running back for me in the Kings Classic, so I didn't play him, but it'd be great if he got some yards. Welcome to the show. Let's get to our contestants. I moved to 32-1, guys. I'm sorry about that. But we have a 1.
31-1-1.
Okay, we'll go with that right now. We got Greg tonight, we got Kyle tonight, and we got Jimmer tonight. Okay, guys? These are 3 wonderful people that I've had the pleasure of working with outside of the game show, working on platforms, and I've met at least one of these guys in person. All right, so let's get right to it. Greg, Kyle, and then Jim, why don't you please tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where to find your work, and anything else you'd like to say about yourself.
Greg Kellogg, Fantasy Football Hall of Famer. I did have the in-season series article of the year 1 year, which 2 years later won the award again, but I wasn't writing it at that time. John Georgopoulos had taken it over for me. All my work is either found on Twitter, Facebook, or at the sports affiliation. I'm retired. I like being retired. Writing is a job. You have to work at it. You have to be good at it.
Also,
that's why
I like
these next 2 guys, because they're dedicated.
All right.
Who's up, Kyle or Jim?
Good. Also, real quick, Kyle, before we go there, the thumbs up is how this game show works. If you get a thumbs up, you get a point. We're working on some sound effects eventually, but Greg gave you 2 points there. Our resident Lions fan as well. I don't know if you mentioned that. Kyle, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Kyle Dozier. I'm with the Fantasy Football Advice Network. I do a lot more on Instagram than I do on Twitter, but that is my Twitter handle on the bottom there. I haven't won any awards like Greg. I guess I'm kind of lame that way. And how about them Cowboys?
thinking about taking a point away right there, Kyle. But I'll be nice. You're a rookie on the show, so no harm there. I'll give you the one more thumbs up too. Jimmer, thank you for coming along, my longtime betting partner. We've been talking defensive bets for over a year now. If you want somebody that hits at a successful rate, go follow my guy. But Jimmer, please tell everybody about yourself, where to find your work, and just a little bit about yourself.
Man, thanks for having me, Iggy. Man, it's been great getting to know you for the past year and a half or so. I'm Jimmer. Have my Twitter profile is there. I basically specialize in IDP tackle and assist bets, sometimes in sacks, not as much as tackles though. Been playing fantasy, man, since late 90s, like with USA Today, CDM Sports. My dad used to have to enter with me because I wasn't legal to enter these contests, and we used to get the results in the mail. Been playing a 20-team IDP league for about 15 years now. Just find it a little more interesting, especially lately with the sports betting. There's a real big advantage to going defense with these bets, right? Everyone knows when Stephon Diggs breaks a nail and they adjust accordingly, but just haven't caught up with defense yet, man. So I've really enjoyed kind of diving in the analytics of all that, watching the games, and then betting accordingly. So decided to kind of post my bets last year, and it's been going real good.
All right, man. Giving you one more there. Yeah, go follow Jimmer, man. We've been talking bets in a group, and it's been one of the most successful betting groups I've been a part of, and I'm a part of a few. So go follow Jimmer. Man, I don't meet too many people that have played IDP longer than I have. So salute to that. In my 13th year, 20 years for you. Hats off to you there, my man. And I don't know if you're cheering for the Rangers tonight or not, but we do have a couple Houston people in there, probably a little bitter. But come on, we got to keep it in the AL, right? I do want to give some shout out to our guy SC over there, newly acquired by the team. What's the name of the new program, JC, with Des Bryant and Luke? I can't think of it off the top of my head. I don't know. Higher Point SC. Thank you for putting that out there, man. Sue was not the correct answer. I was not looking for that, but thank you for putting it out there. Hey, if you want to get a shout out, simply put it on there. We'll be happy to talk about your fantasy team as well. All right, let's get right to it, everybody. What we have right now is a 30-second timer. You can hear the bells, correct? Did y'all all hear the bells for the mystery?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll turn it up a little bit, make sure we get it. Bing, bing, just like the Tyson Fury fight. Here we go. What is the most impressive fantasy football performance you saw Sunday? This includes all positions, Jimmer. We can go defense, we can go kicker, we can go IDP. It is up to you, but we'll go Greg, Zach, and then Jimmer on this. So, Greg, you're on the clock, my friend, and it starts right now.
Will Levis, rookie quarterback. Nobody expects anything from a rookie quarterback. His first start, he made DeAndre Hopkins relevant. That's hard to do. He spread the ball. Rookies never spread the ball. He had RBs and tight ends in his pass collection. He beat the division leader. His arm strength, I really wanted to hit that. He's been clocked at 59 miles per hour, and he could throw 80 yards.
All right, did y'all hear that bell?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that double pump, man. That double pump, these guys crazy.
Yeah, that was a good answer, Greg. Going with somebody. We're going to talk about some rookies to end the show, or some quarterbacks to end the show as well. But that was a great answer, Kyle. You're going to be on the clock, sir. Let me reset the timer, and it starts right now.
Well, since he literally said everything that I was going to say about Levis and D-Hop, I'm going to pivot and go with Sam Howell going into tonight, number 1 QB on the week, 397 yards, 4 tutties. But they let him throw it 52 times. Like, that's crazy. All of a sudden, Jahan Dotson's relevant again out of nowhere after all the hype in the offseason. He waits till week 8 to break out. But, if they're going to let him throw this much every week, maybe Dotson and Howell starters going forward for us.
I think great answer, Kyle. I'm going to give you another point there at the end. I would say that Sam Howell's have better numbers than Patrick Mahomes. What does that have to say about some things, going forward? So, right there, 6'5", Jimmer. Let me get the clock set. You can say the same answer as these guys in the first 3 rounds. It's just when we get to the last set of questions, you must choose offenses. So it's okay if you guys have the same answer. And your time starts right now.
Man, shout out to Greg for Will Levis, man. That was going to be a solid answer. I watched every one of his throws, even as some of his incompletions, man. He kind of looked like Justin Herbert out there. This guy was supposed to be raw. Malik Willis saw the field a couple weeks ago, kind of flip-flopping inactives, emergency quarterbacks, and we're like, okay, Will Levis must be pretty bad. And they put him in here, and he shocked everyone. Shocked me, kind of killed an IDP bet I had on an under, and just great call by him.
Yeah, that was a great call, Greg. There were plenty of good performances. I mean, but it sticks out whenever you got a rookie. I think that hits the dynasty crowd. It hits like these major injuries we're sustaining at quarterback all of a sudden. Now there's a hot waiver wire target, and I gotta say it must be the mayonnaise. I don't know what else it is. So I don't eat that stuff. What's up, Wendy? Thank you for being in here. I'm going to give you a couple points. Yeah, we were just watching Johan Dotson be a placeholder for extra points, right? And then he busts out, gets that touchdown, Carl. That's a great point. He's probably available just because of overreaction, all right? And nobody being on a bye on week 8. SoCal, I do see it there. Dotson's a target machine when they play the Eagles. The talent has been there. Hal touchdown throw to Terry was money. That was a beautiful throw. Giving you a couple points there in the audience. Audience sticking up with us. We got 5-5-5-6, a Hall of Famer, getting the early lead right there. No worries. Still plenty of time. We're on to question 2, as Bill Belichick would like to say. Who will be the highest scoring fantasy football player tonight? It can be any player, any position. This is based off a half-point PPR, 100-yard bonus. All right. We do reward kickoff returns as well. Okay. But, of course, IDP is always welcome. So up first, we got Kyle, then Jimmer, then Greg. Kyle, you're on the clock, and it starts right now.
I'm actually going to go with Jared Goff. Had a major letdown game against Baltimore. I think he comes out tonight a little pissed off with a chip on his shoulder. Also, if you look at of course, the lore of the home-away split with Jared Goff, right, has always been a big deal. And tonight they're in Detroit on Monday night under the bright lights. So I'm thinking he's going to go a little crazy.
All right, I'm going to give you one more, getting it in right before the bell. I love that action. Jimmer, you're going to be up. Let me set this clock, though, real quick. And it starts right now, sir.
How about Jahmyr Gibbs, man? Got his points in the blowout last week, but this one, he's going to get that in a dominating win. Goff will dice them up early, but Gibbs should be running that clock down for at least a quarter and a half. I love that in any kind of game script, he's going to get those points, right? 9 catches last week in the blowout, give him 5 or 6. It's fine. Everyone knows this comparison. This guy's Alvin Kamara in a box. A little indecisive to start the year, but a couple of games under his belt with no Montgomery. We're good to go.
I love it. Yeah, he's really stepping it up, proven to be a little bit more worth his his draft value, particularly late to the year. All right, Greg, you've gotten 2 Lions. Are you going to keep the streak going, or are you going Raiders? Time's on you, sir, and it starts right now.
Well, it depends. If Vegas is going to trade Devontae Adams, his snaps are going to be limited, and he's the only Vegas player that has a chance. I really wanted to say Gibbs. I did, but I couldn't, not because Jimmer took him, but because the last 2 games, the ARSB has had 15 and 19 targets. He's going to easily dominate the scoring tonight. It'll be St. Brown, no doubt.
Oh, right at the last second. ASB, not worried about him being sick, huh? I thought that might be some concern for people. But if you have him, let's be honest, he's in the lineup. You're probably playing him, right? We preach you don't have to start your studs, but come Monday night and you have him in the roster and he's playing, there's probably not going to be a whole lot better options for you out there, unless by some miracle Reynolds is available and you wanted to go that route. Entering it up 3-3. We're getting a lot of comments rolling in. Nice to see old Austin Eckler on Sunday night. Yeah, please let it be ARSB, Wendy said. I do love that comment, Wendy. Gibbs is him, running and receiving, touchdown on the ground and in the air, 140 total yards. I do like that. Jacoby is a sleeper of the group. Yeah, I think he's an excellent player. I got him in a lot of best balls. I got him in a couple leagues. And he's been quietly very productive in that Patriot-style offense. No big deal there, too. Wendy saying I have to. Giving it up, audience at 7, all three you guys at 8 coming into this last question. So you guys caught up with Greg there. I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Better Vision. Simply download the app, and you can have all your bets in one convenient location from books and your fantasy leagues. I can check out my fantasy league, sleeper, NFL, all right there on that app. So make sure you go download it. Okay, guys? All right, third question. Which tight end has the best game tonight? There are 2 young ones, and there's 1 old one. So if you want to say the same answer, like I said, perfectly acceptable. But I just think it's a hot issue, both of these tight ends. So up first, we got Jimmer, then we go Greg, then we go Kyle. Okay, so Jimmer on the clock starts now.
Well, let's give a little something to the Raiders. Meyer has been steadily picking up targets the past 3 weeks. Kind of been derailing here with the injury to Garoppolo. So Hoyer was just kind of a dumpster fire there. But Meyer looks real good. And Hooper's going to get his 1 or 2 catches. And they are kind of phasing him out. They started out 50-50. Myers progressively kind of each week getting about 5% more snaps than Hooper. They need to get something going. Devontae can't be the only guy.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. It looks like they're set to make him be a big guy there. Greg, you're on the clock, and it starts right now.
You're kidding, right? Meyer has 1 game with over 5 targets. He's had 3, 6, and 4 with 2, 5, and 2 receptions the last 3 games. Laporta's low is 4 targets. He's had 11 twice, and Laporta has 3 TDs. Meyer hasn't scored. It's Laporta.
I love it. You kind of backed up your belief in your guy there. Greg, you've been on him for a while. I do love that. So I'm going to give you 1 more point there. You said what you had to say and gave me time to talk as well. Kyle, you're on the clock, and it starts right now.
Yeah, kind of agree with both of them. I do like Mayer a whole lot, but tonight's obvious choice is Laporta. He's a target monster. I think he gets in the end zone again tonight. He's only had 3 touchdowns so far this year, but I think there's touchdowns for everybody to go around tonight. So definitely going with Laporta on a Jared Goff bounce back game.
All right. So Laporta, 2 of them. You said you predict a touchdown. What's his yardage at for you?
Probably around. I think he gets 100 tonight.
Oh, going bold. Giving you 1 more point for there at the end, Kyle. What do we got in the audience, JC? Let's see here. I see you up in the corner, best friend JC. Love me some Mayer tonight, or Meyer. JC saying as well. I do like that as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think there's a touchdown for at least one of these guys tonight. I don't think either one of these teams have the greatest secondary. I don't think they have the greatest safeties. So it should be able to get exploited in some kind of one-on-one matchup for both teams. So I think it's a good DFS play. That's why I brought it up. Mayer playing from behind and love the matchup. Yeah, so SoCal saying, he could get some points there at the end. We gave the audience 3 points there. All right, what we're doing now is we're moving into the 4th quarter finale, all right? You must pick different answers. The leading point scorer goes first. So right now, believe it or not, Greg 12, Kyle 11, Jimmer 11, audience 10. All right, so nothing wrong there. So Greg, you'll go first. Half-point PPR, redraft format, 12-team, 100-yard bonus of 2 points, 40-second timer on the clock. So you get a little bit more time to explain yourself, but try not to go over. We've been cruising to penalize somebody here. I might call out my inner Mike Dempsey, take a point away from somebody if we do that, okay? You can use your stats from whatever. That's all good, all right? So Greg, it's going to go Greg, Kyle, Jimmer, and then second question, Kyle, Jimmer, Greg, and then third question, Jimmer, Greg, Kyle, all right? So first question, name a player outside the top 15 at any position, and this can be on any league format, half-point PPR format, what you're looking at, that will finish 12 or higher. So basically somebody that's not necessarily a fringe one, like a true middle 2 or back, but they're going to finish in the top 12 and be a number 1 in their position at season's end. All right, so Greg, 40 seconds on the clock. It starts right now.
Jared Goff. He's ranked 17 in HPPPR. I just think that Las Vegas is ranked 32nd in pass defense. The only risk is an early lead. Detroit gives up often meaningless fantasy points when they have a big lead, but Jared Goff is the guy this week, and the half PPR doesn't deduct from him like it does the receivers and the running backs.
All right, I love it. So you took Jared Goff there. Time to spare. So that means you guys could not say Jared Goff. All right, but you can say any other player that's outside the top 15 or 15 or later, and we'll move in. Okay. So Kyle on the clock, and it starts right now.
Well, I think I misunderstood the question. I thought we were talking about just guys tonight, but the way you said by season's end, I don't know. But anyways, I'm going with Michael Mayer.
Okay.
This is where I get to talk about Mayer because, I mean, tonight he's going to play against Detroit, who is like the worst team in the league against tight ends. They're getting torched all over the place. And the way, like Jimmer said earlier, they are working him more and more in. He didn't come out hot like Laporta to start the season, but they are working him into that offense. Austin Hooper's finally going away. I really like him to come on strong here the second half of the season. And tonight, I love him. Not as much as Laporta, but I love him. And then by season's end.
All right, there you go. I'm going to give you one more point at the end. Remember, points are doubled, so 1 thumbs up equals 2 points. Went kind of bold there, maybe because you thought he was tonight. Hey, that could happen. That's the position to attack if you think you can make a move, okay? Up next, Jimmer, you got 40 seconds. You cannot say either one of their answers, and it starts right now.
Yeah, well, I'm going to double down on the misunderstanding. I, along with Kyle, was going for any team, any player, season long. I'm going to stick with.
That's the correct format.
Cool. I'm going with Javonte Williams. This guy's not even the stratosphere of the top 12 yet. Hasn't scored a rushing touchdown. 27 carries this week. Obviously in that frigid game, but is going to give you 3 or 4 catches. This guy coming out as a rookie, obviously. Showed a lot of promise. Only had almost had 1,000 yards in his rookie year. Looked really good before he blew out his knee, and then now starting to get built back up again. So start out 11, 12 carries a game. Boom, we get 20 carries a game, a couple rushing touchdowns. You know he's going to get 3 or 4 catches. Caught a TD yesterday as well. Put that towards the rest of the season, and he'll make it for sure.
I love it. That's a great call. Definitely out of left field there. Puts you in a lead as of right now, Jimmer, by 1 point. I do love it. It was season long, so, I accepted those answers. SoCal says it's a great show. Thank you, man. JVW, love that he's a sneaky buy right now. JV, is that supposed to be JKW?
Javonte.
Oh, Javon Williams. Javonte. Oh, yeah, Javonte Williams. Yeah, for the running back. Oh, so you're getting another point there from the audience, given 3 points there. So 6 points to the audience. Catching up, and I'm going to give Jimmer another half for the audience support. Getting yourself a 2-point lead, all right? Second question, here we go. Who will be the highest scoring IDP tonight? All right, so like I said, I'll leave the IDP format open, whichever you want, because I feel like whoever has the best game generally is going to be the highest scorer. So if you're not familiar with some IDPs tonight, we got Crosby, Spillane, Hobbs, Hutchinson, Anzalone, Jerry, Jacobs, and others. All right, so Kyle, it's on you, and it starts right now.
I'm going to go with Robert Spillane. He's been playing almost all the snaps at linebacker for them this year, getting high tackle rates. I think he's going to be very busy tonight with Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and Amon-Ra St. Brown in the middle of the field. It's going to be a long night, but he should rack you up plenty of tackles.
I love it. So going Spillane, and I believe he had an interception last week as well, capable of making that big play. Love it. Kyle, plenty of time to spare, giving you another 1 point there, or half a point, I should say. All right. Up next, Jimmer, you're on the clock, and it starts right now.
Man, how about I love this guy. How about Brian Branch, man? He's an absolute demon in that scheme. Set him up in the slot. Don't know why so many teams passed on this guy. Pick 6, week 1. Iggy, you might remember his, when he got hurt in week 4 in prime time against Green Bay, went back in the locker room, did a little varsity blues, just came back out next time. Came right back in the game, taped it up, has ball skills, has tackle skills, was blowing guys up in the preseason. They really schemed for this guy. Maybe not a pick 6 tonight, but how about a forced fumble or a fumble recovery? They really spread him around the defense, man. He's a joy to watch.
Man, great answers, Jim. Great answers. Yeah, Greg loves him. He got somehow convinced not to play in week 1. What a bummer that was. He didn't get those points, Greg. That happens, though. That is football. All right, Greg, you're on the clock, and it starts right now.
Actually, Max Crosby is the highest scoring IDP player in tonight's game. And, Detroit has a good offensive line, so I'm not going with Crosby. I'm going to go with Alex Anzalone because I think Las Vegas tries to run the ball a lot. Josh Jacobs. Anzalone is going to be a tackling machine in this game, and he's only scored 5 points less than Crosby for the year. Now, I like Hutchinson. I love Branch, but I think Anzalone is going to get the most tackles, and that generally leads to the most points.
Yeah, he has a high line, Greg. It's set at 7.5. I have him as a linebacker in a couple leagues. I think he's very underrated, but you left Crosby out there. You guys did some deep diving, and I love that about this show. And if you're watching, that's why you do it. You get to hear these experts talk about the skills that they're great at, give you predictions for your fantasy football team, and take a look at it. Okay, I want to give an update real quick. I do adore Aiden Hutchinson. Wendy said not as much as JC, and then JC coming in with Max Crosby. He does have him in our auction league. Greg, go ahead.
I had some news I wanted to pass to JC. There
Let's
are
hear it.
strong rumors that Jameis Winston may end up in Minnesota.
All right. I love Jameis Winston. We'll see.
Trust me, I already been tweeting about it. I absolutely hate it. I think it's the dumbest thing the Vikings can do. I don't think I never said anything on my tweet about tanking. I said that the Vikings drafted a rookie QB. See what you got in the kid, and if not, I just don't see the point in. I mean, let JJ heal this year. Let Kirk if he has to heal, but use that opportunity to then go get a maybe even younger QB in this draft, which is going to be full of them, and then solidify that line. Maybe go grab a running back in the third and see what you can do. I'd rather do that and have a young team than go get somebody else who could potentially get you further and then just lose in the playoffs. I'm sorry, I'm not about
our
that.
Audience
That's a Viking
needs
thing.
to know what's happening.
That's a Viking thing, and it's dumb. It's a bad choice.
Yeah, that is. The audience does need to be informed. They're going to look at people. Kirk Cousins. I mean, let's get right to it. That's a great segue, Greg, into this. Last question. I want to give an update. Greg has 24. Kyle has 24. Jimmer has 26. The audience has 21. Missed that one question. That's okay, though. Yeah, it's a great segue into this last question. And most of the time I keep it a mystery. It kind of still is. I kind of sprung it on the contestants a couple hours before the show started. But there was just simply too many injuries in Week 8 with the full slate of games. Some of these are very impactful. We got Pickett. We got Cousins. We have, Kendrick Bourne, who's leading this team. Juwan Bentley. Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, the list is really on and on and on. So with so many injuries in Week 8, which do you see having the biggest impact, and how will the GM address it going forward? Okay, Jimmer, you're up here. You got a 2-point lead. You get to pick anybody you want, and then we'll go Greg and Kyle, and you guys can pick anybody you want except what Jimmer says. All right. So here we go. Time's on the clock, and it starts right now.
Yeah, I mean, can't even talk about injuries without what happened to Kirk Cousins, right? Especially looks like it's going to be the longest out of all of them. Some great players there that hopefully won't be missing too much time. But Kirk looking like a steadying presence there the past couple of weeks. Came off that huge win against the 49ers. All this momentum, still got a shot in the division, and then this happens, right? Don't know if you'll see a trade. I mean, they definitely should. I don't think it'll be an impactful one. They'll probably look to get by with as less compensation as they can. A lot of people saying Jameis, a lot of people saying Tannehill. We have a lot of expectations on NFL deadline that fall short. So
I know, yeah, it's always a lot of hype, right? I'm going to give you one more point at the end there, giving you an even 30. All right, Greg. So you can say anybody but Kirk Cousins. I think there was a lot. I mean, there's several out there. So who do you got for us?
Point of order.
All right, let's hear it.
Does it have to be an injury that happened in this week's games?
Yes, it does. It does have to be a Week 8.
That takes out Ryan Tannehill because that was going to be my choice after Kirk. I'll go with Pickett then because quarterback is always the most critical position. It doesn't matter what team you are. Pickett's out. I don't think it's a long-term thing. So it's damning. I mean, Pittsburgh lost a game they should have won, but I don't think their GM's going to do anything. They'll play the backup until Pickett's back. It's a pretty simple thing.
Right, yeah. Pittsburgh has a pretty true philosophy. They've held on Trubisky for a while. They started him for a while. So I agree with you, Greg. I think there's potential there to not do much, but Yeah, Pickett. I don't know. I think he was coming around too, so we'll have to get back to that. All right. Kyle, you're on the clock, and it starts right now.
Yeah, I'm actually going with Kendrick Bourne. He's been playing pretty well. They actually don't have they got Juju Smith-Schuster and Devontae Parker behind him on the depth chart. And who's been one of the most hyped trade targets in the league so far? Jerry Jeudy move? Could potentially be a trade partner there. Let's keep our fingers crossed. You don't think it can get worse than the Broncos, but New England might be pushing it to be worse.
I think you're right, man. That is. We'll give you one more point there. Yeah, that's I think it's very underrated. I went and got Bjorn in a lot of leagues. I thought it was a very good move. I thought it could set up well. Anything in the audience has to be Kirk. Vikings were looking better and getting back in the playoff picture. Give you a couple points there. Yeah, Kirk's is a big move. I think Matthew Stafford could be a big news, like with his thumb. We got Grady Jarrett's out, defensive tackle for the Falcons, out for the season. Somebody else went out. Oh, Tremaine Edmonds went out for the Chicago Bears. He got paid as the highest paid linebacker of all time. So that's a pretty big deal to lose him. I think it's going to be impactful. We do got bye weeks, week 9. Unfortunately, there's a tie, so we're going to have a split last second question. Kyle and Jimmer, you each have 30. I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock. I'm going to put 8 seconds on the clock because we're running a little close on time here. Who's going to have the better night, half-point PPR, Jacoby Myers or Sam Laporta? All right. Kyle, on you, 8 seconds. Lay it to me.
Sam Laporta. I've been saying it all along. You got the Jared Goff bounce-back game. He's going to light it up tonight.
All right. There's the 8 seconds. I got to set the timer. You know what that means, Jimmer. 1 point to decide it all. Jacoby Myers, tell me why. Starting now.
I must have missed where Sam Laporta is Travis Kelce now, man. Jacoby Myers has been so consistent the past couple weeks when Devontae hasn't been all the way there. So,
all right. I love it. Man, that's pretty tough. Laporta's going to be good, but I like that little comedic jab right there about Kelce, Jimmer. I think the comedic jab gives you the point. You do win the show. The floor is yours. Anything you'd like to say, sir?
No, man, I'm just really thankful. This kind of my first kind of multimedia appearance I've made. I started doing tackle bets just last year. It's been great meeting everyone in this fantasy community. Everyone's been super nice, kind of giving me love on my posts and retweets. Exciting for me. It's my 40th birthday tomorrow, my Halloween baby. So I was real excited for this, Iggy. I just wanted to thank you, man. It's real cool. Long time follower and listener, as they say. But it's been great getting to know you guys and your specialties in the industry and stuff. And it's just really cool kind of making new friends.
Man, you're great. So this is your first video and audio appearance, you said?
Yeah, man. You saw the direct. You saw the direct message I gave you. Like, where's the link? You already put it out there. Like, I had to set up my audio and video. I love it, it's been great, man. I had a lot of fun tonight too. You guys are awesome. Hey,
man, that's kind of cool. I love the background. If this is your first one, way to go. It's not bad, and happy 30th birthday, man. That's really special. I feel like it's worked its way 2 times, JC. Remember Bob Lung? We had him on his 60th birthday on the show, took his day off, or, took time out of his birthday to come hang out on this show. He won. We didn't even know. Now it's Jimmer coming up with a big 4-0. I remember when that used to be over the hill. Those days are long gone, man. Keep doing your thing. Jimmer, I'm glad you were here. Honestly, what's weird is Leo's first appearance was with me now, too, and he started RPO. So go start your thing and take off, man, because that's how it goes. Kyle, come back on. The floor is yours, sir. Anything you'd like to say? Close one. He just got me with that Jacoby jab to Laporta there, man.
Yeah, congratulations to Jimmer. Under protest, the jab was funny, but he went over his time. So I think we're still tied.
Yeah. We'll bring you back, Kyle. We got to get you back on, man.
Get the Panini cards. I'll go get a Panini sandwich instead. But, yeah, thanks for having me on. It was a good time. Hopefully I get on again soon.
Yeah, go check out the Fantasy and Football Advice Network. We team up with those guys a lot. When is y'all show, PAT? Are you on that one most of the time, Kyle, or are you on another one?
I'm on that one. We'll actually have a show tonight after Monday Night Football as well. We got last call on tonight after the watch party, and PAT on Thursdays after the watch party.
All right, man. Go join and check that out. Greg, come back on, man. The floor is yours. I know you walk the dog. I know you don't like the cold. Anything else you want to share about your Lions tonight, my man, or anything at all?
Well, sure, but not about my Lions. Happy birthday, Jimmer. My youngest daughter is also a Halloween baby.
Awesome.
But she's older than you. Anyway, both Jimmer and Kyle, I would love to get you on my show at the end of the season so we can discuss your path through this hobby. I want to discover the roots of the content creators in the hobby. So send me a direct message on Twitter, and we will schedule you and get you on the show there. That, unfortunately, is not a video show. It's a Twitter space, though it may be a video show by then because next year it's going to be a video show.
And it's a lot of fun times. We get a lot of audience interaction in that show. So you get a good chance to interact directly with the audience. We would love to have you on it. I'm a better person and I'm more of a professional for being on it. So thank you, Greg. JC, anything you want to say? I don't think we're going to have the watch party. Are you still doing it? Are you and Greg going to do it? No. Yeah, we're not going to do it. Yeah, I got a sick house.
I'm watching the game. It's the Lions. Come on.
I know. I'm happy for this match. I think it's going to be a little closer than people think, maybe with a little pull away at the end of the quarter. Once again, Jimmer, Kyle, Greg, thank y'all so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come on the show. For the listeners, thank you. Your time is very important to you, and it's very important to us. And for you to sit there and be with us and comment with us, that really is appreciated. We really are all about interactive media. That's what the sports affiliation really hangs their hat on, okay, and positivity. So it can't happen without y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
Get everybody over to Wendy and Carly's show tomorrow night.
Bob Harris.
Bob Harris, we got the banner with all the shows. But it is tomorrow. What time Eastern again, guys? I think these are all
9:30 Eastern tomorrow night.
Yeah, and we got a great show with Bob Harris. Carla and Wendy back in. Greg, you filled in nicely, but I just think Wendy and Carla a little better. No disrespect.
Oh, they're a lot better. They're a lot better.
No disrespect. So join that. We also have Off the Backboard Rico coming back. It's been on over a year. Come check out the basketball. Some of the greatest basketball minds. It comes on right before that. All right. Once again, thank y'all for being here. We really appreciate you taking your time. Go enjoy this game tonight. If you're betting, bet smart, be lucky. If you're out partying, hey, don't be scared to call a designated driver. Don't make a year of pain just because you wanted to go out and have too many drinks, all right? So bet smart right there as well. Thank you, JC, for being the man behind the booth. Thank you all for listening. Go ahead and take us out, my man.
Later, everybody.
Happy
Halloween.